Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamecast, episode 641. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Ahoy!
and Tony Korkanakis.
It's a me.
It's me.
Let's
go.
Welcome, listeners and viewers, to the Gamecast 641. Once again, we're live streaming on Twitch Tuesday nights, starting at 8 o'clock for the movie cast, Gamecast following, and you can stay tuned for some of our bonus rounds. We announced them, so you can stay on here and watch those live with us. Please join us. If you do miss it live, you're not available Tuesday nights, please join it. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe to that channel, and you get all the latest and greatest content as soon as we post it there. Last week, I'm very proud of myself. Corey was out, and I did the Photoshop. Boom! That's why I'm sorry it wasn't as creative as Corey gets with the thing. I'm not great with it. I just looked at what he did, and I'm like, oh, I can do this. I see what he did here. But I'm not creative at the expanding on that. So I hope you guys at least liked it, because we had the covers from that. So but yeah, welcome, guys. So gotta get into what we went up to, and it's fresh because we just talked about this in the movie cast. Harry Potter, the reboot on Warner Brothers. I'm going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy. I almost said Harry Potter Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy real quick, as I got to play more of it, and I'm playing this with my 10-year-old here, which is interesting. We were having conversations about J.K. Rowling on the movie cast, if you missed that, just so you know, and her opinions and views on people, and how she still has creative control on certain people. And so this game is crazy because I've already met a transgender character in the game, and then my stepdaughter hasn't picked that up. Like, she didn't notice that, but I noticed that. And she did ask while I was playing, is that a boy or a girl? And I said, it could be. I'm like, it could be either. That's what I told her. So then I just finished like a section with her where the character is absolutely 100% gay character. Is a woman. She talks about being married to her wife, and then she goes. Arya goes, "Wait, women can marry women?" And I'm like, "Whoa, okay." And so then I had to have this conversation, which is fine. I explained to her, "Yes, absolutely, you can." So I had to have these conversations, but I'm like, it's give Harry Potter some credit then, like the Hogwarts Legacy. I'm sorry, Hogwarts Legacy some credit. It's teaching the youth.
Well,
it's not woke. It's just there.
JK doesn't have anything against gay people. Dumbledore's supposed to be gay.
That's true.
Well, she's all about it. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I told about that comment was more about the transgender character in the game. This comment was more about the fact that it's introducing, what would be considered woke,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I thought this was awesome.
I
to have a kid experience that, and it's like, yeah, that's totally cool. Like, it just like it's like this light bulb went off, because she's watched shows where like this has been there, but you don't pick it up, and I'm like, oh, so I got to have this conversation, not her mom. Okay.
It should have been just ask.
I mean, you could have just said, "Ask your mother."
Ask him. I didn't even tell her about that. I was like, oh, I completely forgot. But it was funny because after we're done having the women conversation, she's like, wait, can guys do this too? And I'm like, yeah, they could.
Guys could do this too.
But I will say, guys, Hogwarts Legacy is fucking phenomenal. Like, oh my god, what a great game! I am absolutely up there with Game of the Year right now for me. It is so well done. The worst part about this game is it's so early in the year, so you play so much more. But I'm like, I gotta bookmark this and remember just this. The thing is with this game is I feel like this is a game that I'm gonna play a lot more. Like, Mike, this is a Mike game for me, where I'm just gonna be diving into the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is that's how much I like this.
How far in are you? Would you say?
Oh, not far. I mean, we're we're only like 8 hours into the game here, but it's phenomenal. Doing the puzzles. There's little like mystery puzzles.
When
in the
does
game.
this take place?
It is
like
years,
way beforehand, right?
Years before Harry Potter. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a whole new staff. I mean, there's nobody there from there's like Weasley descendants there, from like Ron's descendants and stuff, and Severus, not Severus. What's his name? Sirius Black's grandfather is the headmaster or something like that. So, yeah, it is. Yeah,
I know people have been just on Twitter and stuff. I've seen a lot of thirst fan art of some teacher, the plant teacher or something. I forget.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah, okay. What's funny though is that we've been doing a little bit of that. We haven't gone back to the potions and the plants. Herbalism. That's what herbalism. That's what yeah, the herbalist. So I haven't gone back too much. That it's been a lot of Professor Fig, which is the defense against the dark arts guy, and I feel like he's going to betray us because defense against dark arts, which we've been raised as Harry Potter fans to be. That's the villain. But you know, I will say the conversations to have when you're playing this with a 10-year-old, it's fun because like I'll do the combat. Combat's not terribly hard, but it is very much like I said, like Spider-Man. It's great like that. They really mix it together. But when we get new armor, clothes, wands, gloves, glasses, no. It's
no.
she's like because the problem is she's like I'm not wearing that. I'm like what? Look at the stats. You got to look at the numbers. Like, no, she's like it's ugly. I'm like you can't. No
transmogrification. You get that transmog going.
We finally found the setting in the menu. There's a way you can adjust the look of the items or turn them off completely. Thank God, because for like the first few like times I'm like no, we have to wear this stuff.
No, it's ugly.
Like, I mean, this robe is orange. It's like we have to wear this.
No.
So.
Yeah, I would only play this game if Ashley sat down with me like your daughter, because she's a big Harry Potter fan, and all of it would be lost on me. But if she could like do backseat game with me for this, I would do it. But I don't know. I don't know if we have the time for that. Probably not.
It's a lot of hours. It's big world, but it's fun. Like this is not a game that she needs to even complete. She can experience. I'm fully expecting Arya to kind of drop out and me to just really dive in at some point. But it's awesome to experience it though. Great game. It looks fantastic. I will say it's buggy. It crashed on us. We finished the puzzle, went to collect the treasure, crashed, and had to reload the game.
This is on the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, on the Series S. Series X. Yeah, Series X. Sorry. So buggy, but. And it's been out for a while too. They could have used a little more time.
When was it? February? January? When did it come out?
Plenty of time to fix like the crash, and there's a lot of slowdown frame rate issues I'm running into every now and again. So, but all right, that's it for me though. Cool. Let's see, Mike. What have you been up to?
Well, I gave up on Lubu. I got close. I got closer to beating him and then didn't. I used the like ice traps. I didn't have that leveled up too high.
Is this the long game?
Yeah, I almost beat him, and then I'm like, I'm sick of this. So instead, I've been playing more of this show on Game Pass, which also
PlayStation game.
Yeah, I know. Which also did me dirty because it has dynamic difficulty, and so I'm starting off real good. Then dynamic difficulty in a sports game kind of feels like the game is cheating a little bit after a while. So suddenly I can't do anything. Suddenly I can't do anything, and it feels like it goes down way slower than it goes up the dynamic difficulty. So now all my players are slumping, and I turned it off, but they're still slumping even on a lower difficulty. Everyone sucks. So I was sabotaged. And out of that, I went back to GoldenEye because I was, I didn't get too far in my playthrough, but I got now to the bunker part 2, and this is harder than I remember. Even though I can like strafe like crazy now and like kill 100 guys, I can't pull off like actual stealth ever, and it's just infinite dudes all the time, and I don't know what I'm doing anymore in this game. So I'm stuck on something I was better at like when I was little, I guess, or things were just different. I don't know. So I'm stuck there as well. It's funny. But whatever.
Okay. All right. Tony?
Let's see. Unfortunately, I did not get to start Resident Evil 4. My brother was away.
I played a demo for that.
Yeah.
I didn't talk about that. Yeah, the demo was fun.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll be playing that this week. Other than that, in anticipation of Tears of the Kingdom, I actually booted up Breath of the Wild because I wanted to finish up some of the shrines. I think I left like 20 or so that I just never did. So
okay.
Just going back and checking those off and stuff like that, and
getting the muscle memory back for it.
Yeah, exactly. Getting the like at first I was like, oh shit, I forget how to do all these things. I was messing up. I was like, oh, that's how you equip this. I was like, okay, stuff like that.
I have a Wii U and that game in this basement to see if I will be into it. Care about the new game.
Oh, do not play it on the Wii U, dude. Don't.
That's the way it was meant to be played.
I'm telling you, don't play it on the Wii U. But
this
you can do
game-
it if you want.
Why?
I gotta say, man, this game looks incredible.
I'm not
Like,
getting a new copy. It's on the Switch for like
Doesn't your
$80
brother-
or whatever they're
Doesn't your
charging.
brother own it?
No.
How did he play?
Wait, yes, he does. No, he had it on the Wii U. That's why we had it.
Oh, I thought you
Played it back then.
I thought you said he had it on the Switch.
Switch.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you can
Probably
play
not
it.
assumed.
It's probably fine, but
Not the optimal.
not the optimal
No.
one, stuff like that. But yeah, it's fine. And then I think I'm giving up on Wolong too, just because like with Game
The
Pass.
juice is not worth the squeeze.
Well, that's what it was, because I was like kind of like there were parts I like about the game, but then like anything else outside of the combat, I don't like.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing else there.
I was posting this one forum that's dedicated, like they have a thread for Wolong, and I was like, guys, I just beat Lubu for the first time because I think you find him a second time, and I was like, does the game get better than this? And they're like, no, that's kind of the peak. I was like, oh well. I was like, I don't know if I want to spend another 8 hours with that game and stuff like that, just because.
And I just kept doing the same cycle of like grinding that area and fighting him, then losing all my what's it called? Morale, yeah, and starting over again with that.
Yeah, but because the thing is, the normal enemies are just so it's very boring. Like you've seen all the enemy variety in the game, so it's like it's just kind of an exercise in frustration because like you could just run to the boss and you could fight the boss and stuff like that, but your morale is going to be so weak that they're going to absolutely destroy you in like 1 or 2 hits. So it's like. And this is exactly what I hated about going back to like God of War, not to pick on it, but like it's like this enemy's not hard. It's just they outlevel me, so like 1 hit from them absolutely wrecks my shit. So it's like I got to play perfectly while doing lower damage to them. It's just like it's not for me, and it just like makes me want to go back to Sekiro. I'm just like, just make a fucking Sekiro 2. Like don't mess around with this fucking bullshit like pseudo RPG mechanics and stuff like that. You want to make an action game? Make a fucking action game. Don't give me this watered down bullshit. Sorry, ran over.
I do wonder if I would like Sekiro now.
You like parrying? I would absolutely recommend you Sekiro, dude. Like Sekiro is like you strip out all that RPG bullshit nonsense. Like you can like earn levels in the game, but the only thing it does is it gives you skill points to unlock sword skills, and there's only a certain amount of them, and you can only equip so many of them. So it's like
find the combination you like, and then just go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more of like it's interesting that everything has to have RPG elements nowadays because like you want that feel, that progression, that evolution of a character.
I like that.
I know.
I'm not saying
I normally like it, but
sometimes it doesn't fit in some games don't need it, and it's tacked on, and it's just like an extra thing. Whereas like the pure experience of the game is like that skill level where you're learning to get better at something, where you're not necessarily getting handed more power or more stuff to make you better. Like you want to feel like you're getting and becoming like Sifu, right? Sifu's that.
Yeah, Sifu. Yeah, there's a few things you can like extend a little bit or get extra abilities, but for the most part, it's you getting better. That happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And hearing that, Mike, like you would absolutely love Sekiro. I guarantee it, because it's like Wolong, but better, minus all the fucking. And like the other thing that pisses me off.
Better too.
It's like there's 2 levels, really.
Yeah, there's 2
levels which don't really seem like they affect too much other than.
And then your morale level. It's so stupid.
Your morale, which you have to do over and over again when you die.
And the other thing that makes me mad is the loot system. So like in the Soulsborne game, what I appreciate.
Wow, bullshit.
What I appreciate is like when you get a weapon, it's for the most part unique. Like I don't even know if you can get duplicates of it, but it's like you unlock this one specific weapon. But in Wolong, it's like, oh, you unlock the 1-star version of it, or you get the 2-star version of it, and then the 3-star. So it's like I could have a weapon I absolutely love, but it's a fucking 3-star, and I find a 4-star of some other weapon. Well, why would I not use the 4-star? Because it's clearly better. It has better stats. It has better buffs and abilities and stuff like that. But like.
Did you upgrade anything with the smith at all?
Absolutely. Every time I went, I upgraded whatever I could.
Okay.
But it's just frustrating to me because I just don't like it. But,
yeah. I mean, I'd go back to Sekiro, but I was more about the dodge than the parry, though. No, but more about the dodge than the parry, and I think that's more about the parry of that game.
You have to parry in that game. You'll get destroyed if you don't parry.
I like to just roll, get out of the way from the rolls and stuff. I mean, if you have to parry in Elden Ring, obviously, but not as much. You could roll a lot around.
You don't have to parry at all, I would think.
No,
in
you don't
Elden
have to.
Ring.
You don't have to parry in Elden Ring at all.
One of the boss fights I had to.
Which one?
I'm trying to remember.
Ow.
Maybe I'm wrong.
have it. I have parry unequipped in that game, even though I like it.
I never parried at all.
I am wrong. You're right. I'm all about the roll. I'm all about the roll. You're right. Because when I was playing, I forgot. I just was trying something else out. I was rolling a lot and it didn't work. I'm like, oh, I can't do that. But whatever. So yeah, maybe I won't play Sekiro. It's a parry thing. It's a timing thing. Yeah, it's not for me. So
I mean, it's
professional dodges and Sifu. Try that.
No, just maybe. I just gotta go to just give me Elden Ring 2. I don't know what's above.
We got the DLC first, buddy. We got the DLC first.
I don't know what's above an Elden Lord. So I mean, you can make me an Elden God, I guess. If you want to do that, yeah. But you know,
it's Elden King. It could be.
Yeah, Elden King, I guess. No, Lord's King, same thing. God's only above a king, right?
Yeah.
God's above a king. The British taught us that for years.
Yeah.
You know, centuries. So yeah. Anyways, let's go to some news. Oh, wait, Corey, what have you been playing? Sorry,
well, I was on vacation, so it was a little tough. I did bring my Switch with me. I tried to play a little bit, but it didn't go too well.
It's tough when you're on vacation. You have everybody around. Yeah,
I did make some progress. I did make a little progress in the game. So,
who's your seventh member?
Well, no, it's I have the two little people, like, or the what the heck?
The Nopons.
The Nopons, yeah.
Okay,
that's the last.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I know where you are. Right.
I've had them for a while, so.
So, let me ask you about what was it? Oh shit! I just got interrupted. I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh yeah. So, did anybody play The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog?
No.
It's in my library.
It's in my library. Yeah.
I was hoping somebody would have played that. I'm sorry I didn't. I'll check it out this week. The hell with it. I'll talk about it next week, everybody. So it's very getting.
I've been trying not to do anything but Xenoblade until
Corey's not allowed to play anything else other than Xenoblade.
I would need to get like a key from my brother, I think, or something. But yeah.
Just make your own account.
Yeah,
it's free.
There you go. It's a free game. I'm just gonna.
Things got all gunked up when I tried like GOG on my laptop, so I don't know if it'll even work.
It's not GOG.
Yeah, so,
yeah, I know.
For those wondering what this is, if you haven't seen the news, there's a free Sonic game on PC called The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, where he's dead, and you have to solve the murder of what happened. It's a great idea. I think it's a really cool game.
This is like the best aspect of because they played it the day before April Fool's, so there were people that like absolutely did not believe it, and then it was like, oh wait, it's actually on Steam right now. It's like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's one of the good things.
It seems like visual novel, point and clicky, kind of my style. So yeah, I think I would like it. I'm sure it's pretty short, but either way, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean for free, you know, like
yeah,
can't beat that.
Yep.
I mean, it's not like really Sonic's dead though. It's just a murder mystery dinner party.
Yes.
Sonic will never come back.
But something is afoot. It could be more sinister. So maybe. But for the kids, people.
Yeah.
So don't let them hear.
No. All right, let's see what other news we have. Did we talk about the Game Pass last week? I don't think we missed the news, but then it came out.
No, we didn't.
After our podcast. Yeah. So it turns out like, okay, so there was a leak about pricing. It was $40 a person a month.
For the family plan.
For family. I'm not per person. A family plan for up to 5 people. That was per month. It was released that they're gonna release a Game Pass family. So then later on, it was debunked by Microsoft, saying that this was only for other countries. It's not in the U.S. at this moment. They're still playing with pricing tiers, or if it even comes out in this area, North America. $40 value. I mean, that's just not a value at all, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I think it's ridiculously high priced. Actually, it saves you like $7, I think, overall, doesn't it?
I mean, I think it's $15 a month for one person. For one person, I think it's $15 a month. So if you split it optimally between 5 people, it's $8 a month. So it saves you,
half. I guess.
It saves you half, which is fine. It's all right. But like the thing is, like having to do that every month is kind of a hassle, because especially if one is like I said before, like I just like to do Game Pass when there's something I want to play on it. Like I don't do the like I did it for like the 2 years or whatever, and I got burnt. I absolutely got burnt.
Sign up for when you need or want to play something, and then get rid of it.
Or you have to make it really cheap, and just do a year, like the Nintendo thing does. Like you guys, we split the what, $8 for a year. You can't beat that.
It's a great price.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like if you convert it, I think it's $25. Like, is this coming out in was it New Zealand or Netherlands or I can't remember.
Australia.
Australia, New Zealand, yeah. So it was $40, but converted it's like 25 US. So that's a better value.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say subscribe for the whole year for $5 a month. Just be like, here's
exactly. So that would be worth it. So if they come out with that, guys, we got it. Yeah. So
you wouldn't have gotten burned if you played through the entire Yakuza series like I did.
True, you got your value.
But I can buy the Yakuza. It's I want
cheap.
Game Pass for new games. Like Yakuza would have been like a nice side bonus. It's just I can buy the collection off of any.
The other thing they're doing with Game Pass is they're removing first party games.
Yes,
which they said they would never do.
Yeah.
What's being removed? So
Quantum Break.
I did see that. Never mind, I did see that.
They are intended to bring it back just for full context, but yeah, they are.
Okay.
They're having.
I did see that posted. I'm like, why is that being removed? Yesterday that was posted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
But they did just change something about Game Pass. I forget. Did we talk about it on the Discord or on the $1 trial? They're not.
Oh, that's gone. I think we talked about it last week.
Did we talk about it on the podcast? I don't think we did.
Oh, we did.
I thought we talked about it on the Discord. But...
No, I thought we did. Let me go scroll really quickly up here in our news. Yep, Game Pass $1 gone.
Okay.
From the news last week. Yeah. So we did talk about it last week, but I mean, anything from April Fools you guys liked? I stay away from the news.
There's one thing I thought was kind of funny.
Nonsense with DC and James Gunn and Henry Cavill as usual, but that's no different from normal.
What'd you get, Corey?
There's a board game themed one, so Folded Spaces, they do inserts for board games, and it's all foam, like foam core stuff. So you glue it together, and it makes little inserts for the pieces and bits and stuff. So the Dice Tower made a full board game table out of this stuff, and said like the next big thing from Folded Spaces is a foam core board game table.
That's funny.
That's pretty funny.
Cool. All right. Let's see. Lastly, in the news, guys. It's a sad day. The tragic passing of E3 is official. So yeah, unfortunately,
take my hat off.
Yeah, I once went to E3 back in 1999. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the event. I'd love to have gone back there back then, but that was back when the internet didn't really exist well. It wasn't that in homes like it is now. Phones weren't a thing. Cell phones. They were, but they weren't like with this. And it was fun. But I think as we all have come to terms with on this podcast, some sooner than others, Tony, E3 has become irrelevant. I'm giving you credit. I will give you credit whenever credit's due for it. As I said before, like E3's time has come and gone, and it's sad to see it go.
It is.
But they had a lot of people. It was so crazy to have this event that was supposed to happen like June, right? June or May? It was June. All of a sudden, people are back. They didn't even lock the people that were coming in at this point. There was no contracts involved for people actually showing up. So getting it, when they backed out on the show and they canceled the show, you can't be surprised.
Well, especially the thing is, like, we talked about it before, so I don't really want to get too into it. But like, in addition to just is E3 as a trade show, because it was never meant for the consumers. It was just kind of something that
like the normal regular consumer was not even allowed to go. You had to be a part of the media or the game industry. Right.
And at whatever point in time when high-speed internet and stuff like that, then they wanted to gain publicity points by streaming that or letting people cover it and stuff like that, whatnot. But all that aside, the thing is, the organization, I think it's the ESA. I mean, they fucked up so many times over the past couple of years, like leaking people's data and information and stuff like that.
That hurt. That hurt massively.
All this other stuff. I think there was something about NFTs or something, crypto or whatever, and it's just like it's just bad hit after bad hit. So it's like I'm not surprised that no organization has faith in that. In this
and then all the people that knew what they were doing, they weren't listening to or wanting to come to help. Like Jeff Keighley, like you could kind of push him out. Like, why would you push him out? Like he just makes his own
like,
thing.
All right, I'll just do it myself. Thanos, I'll do it myself.
It was 10 times better. It's just like, what? Why? Are you You know, like
it automatically gets to a broader audience to show it on the internet, and that was proven very quickly,
and it's so much cheaper.
Yeah, and so when you do it yourself, it's a lot cheaper than going to pay somebody to show your stuff.
And I mean, that's the thing is like, you know, if you want to get into it, like, and especially just having gone to the PAX East, I mean, I can tell like Nintendo had a booth this year because, you know, they wanted to really market up Mario stuff on the Switch because the Mario movie is coming out, and they had for Zelda. For Zelda, you would think they would have like a Zelda demo or a new trailer or something like that. No, they just had a fucking Link statue in the main theater or the main entrance area, and hey, take a picture with it and you get a pin. It's like, that's it. They're like, whatever. Sony didn't show up. Microsoft didn't show up. Square Enix, who's there with Yoshi P for Final Fantasy 16, they didn't even have a booth for it. They just like, yeah, we're doing a couple panels and stuff like that. These things cost money, and you know, in now in this post-COVID, you know, era where companies are having to like tighten their budgets and, you know, really trim down on stuff, going to a trade show like E3 because the thing is, it's like 5 days, I think, right? Because like the first two or the last two were supposed to be industry only or something like that. But like we'll just call it a week because you got to set up the booth, right? And you got to tear down the booth and stuff like that. That's a lot of fucking money. You know,
sure. You gotta ship all the shit that you're gonna show there over there.
Yeah, it's just a lot of money, and it's like
staffing, and everything.
Or you know, and it's like, or we could just do this ourselves with a live stream of pre-recorded footage that we make sure works, and it's not gonna crash, and we're not gonna have a Cyberpunk or Mass Effect Andromeda fiasco on our hands.
Or we give a trailer to Keeley and have him show it off in some.
Exactly. Yeah. Speaking of which, I don't know. As a quick aside, I don't know if you guys have seen. The Last of Us Part 1 port to PC is fucking awful. Have you guys seen the memes on this shit?
I meant to mention
that. I saw that
Have you seen this? Wait a minute. Have you guys seen the screenshots on that shit?
Well, the memes. Well, it's like the memes are coming from these screenshots.
It looks fucking terrible. Like, it looks terrible.
I don't understand it, dude. Like,
it looks like a PS3 game. Like a PS3 like
worse than PS2. It looks worse than
PS2.
It looks like PS2
game. It's so bad. Like, I mean, the stuff isn't loading. The stuff is just like terrible. And then you get Ellie like stretched out and like spinning around and like ragdolling.
I was just like, oh my god! Like, I just literally got Mass Effect, and that's what made me think of it. The Mass Effect Andromeda, like the you know, head spinning and all that stuff. I'm like, what is going on here, Naughty Dog? Like, I just cannot believe they released it. And this
none of the other Sony ports. Yeah, and none of the other Sony ports have been like as bad.
They need to cash in on the TV show. So
I mean, and they've announced today that their priority is not the Steam Deck at all right now.
So, I don't care about that. They want to fix the game first. Fix the game.
I don't care about PC ports. They just did it to get a little extra.
I mean, that's an aside, and that's terrible, and they need to fix that shit. But Mike, E3, you've been quiet over here. I know you probably have a little bit different feelings. Give me what you got. Come on.
I always liked E3. I thought it's more about just the timing, really, that there's an event that it's this like time of year where almost, right? Everyone has to show something. Now, there's also obviously I find it funny. I'm sure you found it frustrating that when you force these companies to have a time to show off their best stuff, sometimes they come up with bullshit. And so, but I think that's part of the mystique of E3. It's like, is any of this real? Or that's bullshit. I see that and that's bullshit. So I don't know. It was an event and I liked it. And obviously there's also the whole, when it's live and you have someone who has no idea how to do public speaking, it's just fun. So you're missing out on some of that stuff, but you know, whatever. As long as Jeff's show can still have that feeling of this is a time of year where there's stuff to show, but not everyone needs to do everything, then it's fine. There's definitely a little bit of fun that we're gonna miss from it.
And I get that, because I think I've said it to you too, like on the podcast prior, like I understand why E3 itself is not gonna make it through this, but it's the time of the year. It's it's a holiday season for gamers, and that's really what I hope they keep the tradition of. Not E3 but like have your shows, like there's some big announcements and stuff during this June, July time period. You know, like the summer time period. Summer Game Fest is a good example, but like that's really what I hope happens, because I do enjoy that time as well, Mike.
But I mean, we
Like, I
still
do like
get that. Like in June, we always
Sure.
get the Nintendo Direct. We get the Microsoft State of, or not State of Play.
As long as we do.
We
That's it. As long
we
as we
still get all that
continue.
stuff. So like,
Yeah,
what's the
as long as they
difference?
continue.
What's the difference?
It's more about
You don't,
continuing.
you don't know for sure though. I mean, there's nothing
Do you want to
like
what don't
locking
you know?
them into a specific time frame at that point. They could be like, no, I don't really want to do this now, and they might just drift apart, and then it's just like, oh, that's their thing. A couple weeks or months later, that's their thing. All right.
But
So
Yeah, I mean, I get what Mike's saying.
there's nothing keeping them together.
Yeah, there's nothing tying it together. Yes.
Well,
The
but you don't
the
need
game
that.
fest.
They've been doing it for years. Who didn't show last June?
But he's saying without E3 now around, that is done, and so there's nothing holding them to June.
Well, there is with Jeff's thing, but
Sure, that's a summertime thing, which I like. That's why I like what he did. So yeah. But no, I get what you're saying.
Who didn't show in June last year?
No, he's saying it could drift apart as we go.
It could,
He's not saying it
why
happened
are you worried
this
about something that hasn't happened yet?
year.
because there's nothing. If
Guys, at some point the sun will just die.
no, well,
and
if
Earth
you
will cease
tell
to
me that.
exist. Are you worried
if you
about that?
take away a
No.
pin from around a dog, there might be a second or two before the dog walks away. You might know that the dog is going to walk away soon. Like, I don't understand that.
The
Like,
E3's
it
been
seems
dead
inevitable. There's nothing
E3
keeping them there.
has been dead for years on paper. It's officially dead this year, but on paper it's been dead for a couple of years, and these companies have all had their shows in June still.
He's right.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's what they're accustomed to, but
So since
it
it's
might
officially
not
dead,
stay.
Yeah,
Since
man,
it's
I
officially
understand where
dead.
Mike's
Or you'll
coming
get
from.
less.
It's like now, like okay, so who cares at this point? But I do think that they will continue to do stuff because they want to one up each other. They want to be able to like show off the stuff that they have and get people excited. And I agree that I like having that time where all right, we know this stuff is happening all around this same area, and it was cool like in the weekend or whatever, like the long weekends. Like all right, Friday we got these guys, Saturday we got these guys, Sunday we got these guys. That was always fun to like get.
There used to be like
get
grading
up
everyone's
excited for it.
E3.
Yeah, we used to talk about the different showcases and different conferences and stuff, and that was a lot of fun. And like, some of the there's some really big moments, and those were a lot of fun to know that was coming and to have these shows. Like the PlayStation 4 is like how we share our games or whatever. It's like
Yeah. I get that, but I think you're still getting all that stuff. Just
no, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying like it's that's what E3 brought, and so hopefully that can continue to kind of bring.
Oh, come on! I mean, like, I just can imagine.
I don't necessarily care for whatever.
If one of those
called.
companies did something bullshit, you'd see that the whole like this is how you share a game. They do that absolutely.
Yeah. So all right. I think that's it on the news today. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. You can follow us on Twitter. We're on Twitch. I don't usually drop the Twitter line.
Yeah,
YouTube. I don't usually drop the Twitter line. We're on Twitch Tuesday nights starting at 8 o'clock. You can follow us there. We do live streams, so please join us. Comment, question. Like we chat with you guys while you're on the stream. If you do miss us live, we're on YouTube the following day. Subscribe to that channel if you're watching us on YouTube. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Leave us a comment there. We will answer on there and also talk about it on the podcast if it's a question. So feel free to do so. And smash that like button as well. We do appreciate that, guys. We really, really do. And we will see you guys soon. We are out.